Hi everybody, Stephen Martinez, embodiment of the Archangel Michael, cup of the Christ. How are you doing, everybody? Again, today being blown around like the wind. As you can see, the leaves in this particular park that we've never been to before are so nicely placed. Dropped the wife off at a meeting and we just kind of followed our noses and found this lovely little park here. I'm off to a really beautiful start. I walked out this morning out the back door at 5:55 a.m. to begin the routine of celebration and all that good stuff. And I was dumbfounded when I looked up in the sky and saw the mother moon, full bloom, staring back at me in the face. And so it's only gotten better since then. I also did some sword dancing as the sun began to rise, and boy, do we have some surprises for you, some beautiful surprises. I can't wait to start videotaping this, if I can find a good cameraman to capture all this business. So today I knew, and I've been chewing on this for a while. I made a video a while back about this, but went to my wife's account, and I've started my own account now, and it has this the topic is the Black tribe. I prefer to say Black folks, who are so dear to my heart. I spent the first 5 years of my life trying to convince my mom that I was Black, and she would lift me up to the mirror and say, "Darling, can't you see that you're a little white boy?" And I would say, at that young age, I would say, "I don't need a mirror to tell me what's living inside me." You know what I'm saying? I spent the next 20 years trying to convince everybody else, and now I've realized that I don't need to convince anybody of anything. And certainly there is a Black man living within me. Certainly there is Martin Luther King. Certainly there is Tupac. Certainly there's the whole tribe of Africa, which we're all a part of. So there's so much to say about this topic, but let's get right down to the nuts and bolts of the situation. This park, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Lippitt Park. And on there's a bench over there, and it's ironic because I was all by myself, knowing I was going to make this video. As I hit the play button, a whole bunch of white folks started showing up around me and just wouldn't let me be. Couldn't get any privacy to make this video. So I had to come all the way over here to the very edge. Can anybody relate? Haven't we been pushed to the very edge, to the very brink? And because my phone's telling me I only got 20% more energy, I'm gonna make this short and sweet, get right down to the point, and then of course we're gonna be talking about this forever. There's a major issue going on the planet. It's called black and white. It's a deep-seated, wide-open sore that needs to heal, and we're going to heal it today. It's already in the process, but in order to heal, you need to know truth, and truth can only be ascertained one way. You got to go touch it yourself. But I will show you and tell you some things that might sound and might resonate within your soul as being truth. So the problem, and of course the powers that be are pouring gasoline on this issue. But remember, behind every dark move is the master chess player, the divine creator. So the darkest puppet on planet Earth is being moved around by creator to teach us something, okay? And we are only as strong as our weakest link. Nobody can be left out of the loop. There's a whole lot to be said about this topic, but the problem right now between Black people and white people is the massive offering and the massive sacrifice called slavery that still is very, very much alive within the heart and soul of mankind. If you think you can just push something as profound as slavery, especially slavery towards the Black tribe, if you think you can just push that under the rug after 100 years and tell everybody to shut up about it, you are lying to yourself. And this goes for both sides, the Black and the white. Of course, we play all sides. Most people have been all colors. I always look at not the tribes of religion or the tribes of Israel. I always look at our story as being the colors of the different people. Every color has had a different story, has it not? The brown, the white, the black. Black folks, if you think that it was a coincidence that you were placed in a sea of white, then you're not playing the game right. God created this scenario so that this very small group could play the hero. And you played it so well, with style, with grace, with pizzazz, powerfully. And now the heart and the soul sings out, both in pain and ecstasy, because we're living on that edge. Right now we're living on that fence line. And we need to get off the fence. It's time to get off the fence. And by the way, this bench I was sitting on originally when I, started making the video was dedicated to Eddie, A Day in the Park, to Eddie, and I forgot the other person's name because I got stuck on Eddie, because Eddie Martinez is my father, who passed away 2 years ago, who gave me everything. And it's why I wear the Mexican name now. The Mexican lives within my heart. And the fact of the matter is, on this planet, it's the Mexican and the black that has time for me to talk to me in the park, that wants to treat me like an equal. And the black person knows about slave, and I've been talking about slave, and is not in denial of our life. So we see in the world right now, the black folks struggling in a lot of parts of the world. And what does the white tribe do for the most part? Criticizes and condemns. It's like, what's wrong with you people, man? You guys are animals. You guys are, which is what they taught in the good book too, by the way. Back when the slavery was in effect, you could go into any church, and the good preacher would be saying, see, now they're subhuman, so it's okay what we're doing. And that's what religion does. It makes whatever blasphemy is going on, whichever act of Satanism is going on in the world, makes it okay. You know what I mean? It's like the Constitution. We make a lot of amendments in there to make things okay. So the most, I've healed people. I've had people come to me that have been suffering, to this day are suffering right now, white people actually, from slavery from thousands of years ago. So what I'm trying to tell you is, past lives are a very real thing. Of course, you won't find that whole thing in religion either. This game is far deeper than anybody is allowing, and everyone's stuck in a box, and it's time to get out of the box. So, oftentimes we got to go into those past lives to retrieve trapped soul energy. And in the cases that I've, like for instance, a woman that we worked with was completely shut down. Her system, her entire system had shut down, and the medical field didn't know what to do with her, had no clue. Well, it turns out that she had shackles around her neck, manifested. You can't see them on the physical, it's in the spiritual. All things that happen any disease happens spiritually first. It's in the invisible world first and manifests into the physical world. So she had shackles around her throat and her ankles and whatnot, but the one around her throat was from 2 lifetimes of being a slave back thousands and thousands of years ago, and it was literally cutting off her entire chakra system, her flow of energy, and she was dying. So it's time to wake up to the game, guys. But the most important thing right now, before my phone runs out, is white needs to love black, and black needs to love white unconditionally. The black tribe has carried the burden, literally the wooden cross of the white man's sins within his being. And we need to heal this tribe from its trauma and its slavery. And we need to celebrate what happened there, and the fact that these are actually heroes. And the white tribe, if the black tribe's suffering from slavery, then what is the white tribe suffering from? Slave master. And that's a whole nother story, but we're focusing on the black tribe today. So I really look forward to connecting, and again, the groups and the so-called leaderships that's supporting. Here they come again. They want to come and interfere. It's so amazing. And that has many levels, guys. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe, what's going on within the vehicles of the human being. All kinds of dark, shadowy things that need to be transmuted, that play out every single day in your life, and oftentimes want to interfere with my message. So, you know what? I'm going to end it here, because I can see I'm going to be interrupted, and I don't want to deal with that. So we'll continue this conversation later. The most important thing for right now for the black tribe is to love the white man unconditionally. White tribe love the black unconditionally. Every time you see a black person on the street, you know, first of all, pay attention to your feelings. What if you see a black kid with his pants down to his ankles, booty hanging out all over the place, playing his loud music? What do you do? Do you crucify him? Do you condemn him? Just remember that we created a lot of these issues. We created the pain and sorrow and the paralyzation of the human soul that's going on the planet right now within the black communities. The anger, the frustration. You know, in the music industry, you see the black tribe, and like in the rap industry, which I grew up in, gone completely dark, completely gave in to the white slave master that controls these things. Because guess what? History doesn't tend to play out. It always plays out and repeat itself until you find a way out. And I offered the world a cup the other day over the ocean. It was a acorn cup. Well, I looked down today, and let me show you what I found. A cup that's about, oh, and look at that. Look who's showing up here. I'm gonna put him in the picture. Oh boy, here we go. There we do it. Right there, guys. There's the cup. A big cup too. How you doing this morning?
Good. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you very much, sir. What's your name?
I'm Vincent.
Vincent, I'm Steven. Good to see you, man. It's good to see a happy face in this park. I'll be honest with you.
True.
Ain't that? Ain't it the truth, though?
And especially this time of morning. If you get there late afternoon.
This is my first time here. This is my first time here. Hey, man, you made my day. Thank you.
I do detail.
You do detail. What does that mean? You're here every morning.
Mm-hmm.
We may find you again then. Have a good one.
You also.
Thank you. Do I need to say anything else? Amen. So this is the cup. It's a big cup. It's 10 times the size of the other one because y'all are drinking the big cups. Drink from the big cup, okay? This is the big cup of peace and love. And call upon the Archangel Michael, folks. Ask him to sever the swords. I'm sorry, the ties that bind you, the cords that bind you, still suffering in the soul from this deep, deep, deep soul trauma. It's too big for everybody. We need help. We call upon High Creator. We call upon the Archangel Michael. We call upon the Christ to heal all old wounds, to heal the soul, to heal the relationship between black and white. And in my dedication on Atonement Day, I threw in my wedding ring as a support and to heal all relationships. Well, no relationship needs to heal more than the black person and the white person. Let it be done. Let it be done today. And the brother that just walked through my screen, who stood above the cup. Come on, guys, you can't write this stuff. Peace.